Hello, everyone. So today tip is 3 reasons why people won't help you in your job search. Reason number one, you didn't ask. Plain and simple, you didn't ask. So on LinkedIn, we can go and put up the little banner, I'm open to work, let's reconnect, whatever. But think about it. How often do you see that and scroll right by it? The answer's probably often. I know I'm honest about it. I look at it. Do I know the person? Do I think I can help? And sometimes just busy, I'll try to remember to come back to that. So please, please ask. And I get a lot of people, well, Kev, like I posted it on LinkedIn like 3 times, but if they wanted to help me, they would have. Not true. Correct. And again, yeah, I have to remember I'm a little different in a lot of ways, but I like directness. If you want me to help you, tell me you want me to help you. Hey, so example, I had someone connect with me, a fellow professor, a young professor, and he said, hey, let's jump on a call. And through the call, I could tell he was looking for other opportunities. I'm like, hey, do you want me to introduce you to my boss over at UMass? He's like, that would be amazing. And they spoke, and maybe something good's going to come from it. But because he asked to speak with me, he could have just connected and waited for me to go, I see you're an adjunct. Do you want to teach at Lowell or any other place I'm teaching at? He asked. That's the key. Two, be clear about what you're looking for. Please, please, please don't tell me I'm just looking for a job, man, because you're not. I promise you're not. Because I've had this, well, I just need work, man. Hey, I was at the mall last night, like 4 of the stores are hiring. Oh, I don't want to work in retail. Don't be crazy. Then you're not open to anything. Be as clear as possible. I get this a lot. Yeah, Kev, I want to work in accounting, marketing. What do you want to do? Clear, but also flexible. So clear, hey, I want to be an accounts receivable clerk. I'm looking for a controller position. But here's where flexible comes in. Oftentimes people tell me they're looking for a title. In my last job, I was vice president. I was vice president. Who cares? Who cares? I don't know. I'm just not a big title person. I remember when I became vice president, I was like, woohoo. I'm just not a title person. Some people are huge. But, but what if they don't call it vice president? So it's not vice president of finance, it's controller, it's CFO, assistant controller, whatever the different title is. If you're just so focused on, well, Cap say wants to be vice president, that's not a vice president title. I never told you about the job. So be clear. Hey, this is exactly what I'm looking for as best you can. But please just don't throw it out there. I'm looking for anything in marketing because, okay, what role is that? Do you have the skills to do it? Maybe you're looking to be a graphic design. And if you don't have that skill set, you're not going to get that job. So be very, very clear. Here's the hard one. Number three, you didn't build a relationship. This happens where, you're looking for a job and you're like, I want to reach out to Kev. But then you're like, I don't really have a relationship with Kev. Because when he reached out to me, I ignored him. I didn't give him the time of day. This one's hard. There's a lot of people out there that are not going to help you. And I know there's times when I look at something, I'm saying, okay, I remember there's one person in particular, I reached out to them about coming to my events. They basically told me to myself. And I saw they were looking for a job. How can I recommend you? If you're mean to me like that, how can I recommend you? How do I know you're not going to do that to my friend? So again, build those relationships so that when you have an ask, you can have it. It goes back to Gary Vaynerchuk's, jab, jab, hook, something like that. Jab, jab, hook. I think that's right. Give, give, then ask. Because I'm sharing so much content, I'm trying to help people that when I do have an ask, it's usually well received. People are like, yeah, this guy helped me, so I want to help him back. So people are often surprised by how, when I ask for something, and it's usually for someone else at this point in my life, don't have a lot of needs. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be helpful. Professor Gavin, Calvin Willett. But besides getting more followers on my YouTube channel, maybe Instagram, I don't have a lot of needs. Now I'm old, 60, and it's about helping other people at this point in my life. It's seeing good content and sharing it. But because I'm doing that and I'm building up those relationships, when I do have an ask, people come help me. I kind of joke some days I feel like George Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life. When I have an ask, people come out of the woodwork. And it's people I didn't even know I helped 10, 15 years ago. It's like, wow, just didn't even know that. So those are the three major ones. But again, please don't just post it on LinkedIn and be like, well, clearly says right on LinkedIn, I'm open to working. Take the time, reach out to people. And again, not everyone's going to be responsive because some people don't want to take the time. They might not know you well enough that you don't want to put their name with yours. But what's the downside? You ask me and I say no, or I just ignore it, whatever. In the same boat you were. Maybe it's going to be something good. So make sure you're taking the time to build those relationships. And you have to be careful because occasionally, well, I get, well, no one wants to help me. You're right. If you say that statement to me, I kind of step back and go, yeah, you're right. Because if you're coming into it with that, no one wants to help me, it's not going to work. Because I'm going to make a suggestion like, hey, did you see this? Yeah, I saw it. Nah, I'm not interested. And I'm going to be like, okay, see you later, buddy. So again, stop saying no one wants to help you. There are people like me out there that just look at something and go, hey, if I was in that situation, I'd want someone to help me. So I want to pay it forward. So that's today's tip. If you like this tip, hit the like and share button, leave me a comment. If we're not connected on LinkedIn, connect with me on LinkedIn. You can find me as Professor Kev and as Kevin Willett. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a truly dazzling day.